Society. 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 Yeah, we in the building, we vibing, discussing events in real timing. Be knowing the most spectacular host, put it all together, brother Myron. Coming straight to you out of Dothan. Look to the city, we showing from 757 to the 334, branching out all around and growing. Society.
Yo, it's your boy Hustle from the Hustle Society Trap Podcast, man. Y'all already know what time it is, man. It's been a long week, but
Yeah,
we're back in the building.
yeah,
Finally, I know y'all getting tired watching some of those clips we drop in, some of them clips from Cutting with Hustle, some of those clips from the Sports Lounge 757, because you know how we get down, man. Like they say, from Dothan, from the 757, we really connected, and this is what we're doing, man. Tavy, man. Hopefully you had a great weekend. I had a
yeah,
great weekend, man,
yeah,
as well.
yeah.
But we back to business right now. You know what I'm
Back to
saying?
business.
We ain't about to draw out the whole intro. We ain't about to do all that. We about to hop right into it, man,
That's
because
right.
there's a
Yeah,
lots of stuff that we gotta discuss that lots of people haven't seen our faces in a while on the platform, but we about to give them some information. We about to actually hop into this terrorist talk.
that's right.
Um
That's right. That's right.
with Donald Trump for
Yeah.
the 2025, lots of stuff that been going back and forth, having the stock go up and down. It's been crazy,
It's been turbulent, to say the
turbulent.
least. Yeah,
Right,
it
right,
is. And it's the ideal environment for traders. You know what I'm saying? Because it's volatile. But for the average person that has 401ks or they're in the bonds and stuff like that, they feel like they're gonna get liquidated. You know what I mean? So, it's funny. Your brother, we're all brothers. My brother, Bubba. Shout out to Bubba.
right. Shout out to
Anthony
Buffalo.
out there in Charlotte, he called me. He was like, "Hey, my 401k then dropped down $20,000. I don't know if I should pull it. What should I do?" I said, bro, I said you just need to hold it, wait. I said because the market's gonna bottom out. You know what I'm saying? And then the market trend's gonna bounce back. You know what I'm saying? So don't sell it because what happens is you get it's a penalty. It's a penalty when you start to go into your 401k and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And start selling some of it. You know what I mean?
And
So
yeah, lots of times it's an interest on that too.
interest, yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Because I said the same thing. I said, hey, when it started going back and forth and being turbulent, when he
yeah,
got in there to do with that back and forth, I said, I talked to my father. I was like, hey, man, check your 401k. And he
yeah.
was saying in his mindset, I'm not even worried about it.
It is what it is. It's gonna do what it's gonna do. But
Right.
yeah, yeah, glad to be back here, man. Hopefully everybody had a good Easter weekend, 420, whatever you want to celebrate.
I
But yeah,
enjoyed it. I
yeah,
enjoyed it. I had a
yeah,
hangover.
yeah.
I partied.
Some
I
people met
turned up.
Jesus in the midair.
Man, I had communion. I didn't
Yeah.
have wine. I had Bacardi 1500 coconuts
Good
with
God
a
Almighty.
couple cigars.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
man, I can't think of that cigar I had, but that cigar was good. Matter of fact, I
yeah.
might go grab that tomorrow before I leave out to go to Atlanta. Shout out to
Mhm.
Atlanta, man. I'm going up there to visit my sister, but I'm also checking out that Black Effect podcast thing they have every year, hosted by Charlemagne the God. So just put our face out there, putting the Hustle
Yeah,
Society, the
yeah,
Sports Lounge 757 face
yeah,
out there. So maybe we'll have a great time out that way.
yeah.
But we about to jump into the
Well,
tariffs with Donald
yep,
Trump. I mean, when you talk about tariffs, you're talking about consumer goods, you're talking about steel, you're talking about aluminum, you're talking about food, you're talking about beer,
yeah,
talking about American business and
right.
consumers.
Yeah.
You're talking about possible targets for the new tariffs, China, Europe, and emerging markets.
Hmm.
Um, technology, agriculture. I can keep going.
Yeah,
Manufacturing.
yeah,
We got crypto being involved. You got AI being thrown out there as well.
yeah,
So it's
yeah.
so much we can do with
Yeah,
this.
it
And
is. It is. It is. Hustle. Let's give the audience what the definition on tariffs real quick, if you don't mind, real quick, so that way people that don't know what it is, they understand what it is. A tariff is a tax or a duty to be paid on a particular class of imports or exports. Just plain
Mhm.
and simple. That's all. We do business with other countries overseas, and so therefore, if you're doing business with us, then okay, we need to tax that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's e-commerce, and vice versa for other countries as well too.
Right.
So yeah, so
Right.
that's all the tariff is. It's like we're doing business overseas, and so there's a particular tax from doing that type of business to another country.
Right.
But it's getting
Right.
aggressive. It's getting aggressive. Don't you got a slide you want to go ahead and
Yeah, let me go
go
ahead
ahead
and
and
hop into the
hop into
slide,
that?
man. Yeah, we got the slide. We got Trump talking. So let's hop into the slide. Let's go.
Or another desk that's not. This is the beginning of Liberation Day in America. We're going to take back just some of the money that has been taken from us by people sitting behind this desk or another desk that's not quite as nice, but they have their choice of seven, as you know. And we're going to charge countries for doing business in our country and taking our jobs, taking our wealth, taking a lot of things that they've been taking over the years. They've taken so much out of our country, friend and foe. And frankly, friend has been oftentimes much worse than foe. And this is very modest. And what we're going to be doing is a 25% tariff on all cars that are not made in the United States. If they're made in the United States, there's absolutely no tariff. We start off with a 2.5% base, which is what we were at, and we go to 25%. And basically, as you know, and as you've been seeing, not reporting as accurately as it should be reported because it's a massive story. Business is coming back to the United States so that they don't have to pay tariffs. And I think also because of November 5th, the election, they're very happy. AI is coming back to levels that nobody's ever seen before. It's a new, sort of a new business, I guess, when you think about it. But it's plants are going up all over the United States, and many of them have already been started. We're getting early electricity taken care of. We're getting permits very quickly for them, and we're going to make their life very happy. They're coming in with tens of billions of dollars. Individual plants will cost 10, 15, even 20 billion dollars. We're going to let them build electricity generating plants along with their plant, and they can't even believe it. It's off to the races. I think our automobile business will flourish like it.
Okay. I want to kick it off first, cause when I just listened to this, now listening to it dealt, first of all, it sounds like you're more mad about this other country seceding in the United States. To me,
Yeah.
to
Okay.
me,
Yeah.
um, electricity. He's talking about electricity, but let's keep in mind you threw them tariffs on Canada,
Mm-hmm.
and Canada provide lots of electricity to some key
Mm-hmm.
states up north.
Yeah,
You get
absolutely.
you
Mm-hmm.
get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
at one point they was like, we'll cut it off.
Right.
I want to talk about the automotive. I'm just, giving short key notes right now.
Right.
Automotive. I mean, yo, you had the Chevy, you have the GMCs, but lots of people have those foreign cars too
They
as well.
right.
So
Mhm.
now you telling me I might have to pay extra
Extra. Mm-hmm.
on this cars that I might want that's made from overseas. When you think about the Volkswagens or the Ferraris and
Right.
all that, et cetera, et cetera, I think that's crazy. Then you talking about, plants, AI. AI is coming back stronger than before. First of all, when did AI start coming out? About 2, 3 years ago?
It was about 2, 3 years ago. I mean, AI has always been in the limelight, but now with this whole tariff move, they want to push the automation, right? They
Right,
want to push that type of technology to because um, with the mass layoffs that has already started, especially in the government sector, you have people that have lost their jobs because of this aggressive move and stuff like that. When it comes down to tariffs, when it comes down to the educational system, overspending, and so you're cut. He's trying to trim the fat, and so people have to make alternative lifestyle changes. Yeah, so with that being said, the building back better because he's always campaigned about that. Um, it's going to get built back, but I don't think. the common man or woman thinks it's going to be built the way it's going to be, where it's going to be humans involved. I seriously doubt it's going to be a bunch of
Right.
that. I think it's going to be more of automation, which he's already signed an executive order on AI. And so that's not for nothing. So a lot of these jobs will be replaced. Um, and it sounds far fetched, but it's biblical. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
A lot of these jobs are going to be replaced with type of automation, AI, because they don't get sick, they don't call out. The billionaires that have the AI that will be used with their company, they're going to implement it. Microsoft already are using AI. You can see Meta is using AI right now when you go on Facebook.
Chat
Um,
GTP.
Chat GPT is already using this AI technology. So that's where I feel like that's a false when he says building back better. I think it's going to be built back for the machines. I think it's going to be built back for artificial intelligence, and that's gonna take 3 years, 2 to 3 years from now, and hopefully we can timestamp this recording and go back, fast forward in 2 to 3 years, and we're gonna see how accurate we are. But that's definitely what Trump is trying to do um, during this whole tariff thing. Um, he wants to make the country greater by imposing tariffs on these other countries. China's a superpower, right? And if you notice, everything that we have, and a lot of things that we use in the United States, this freaking tripod that I'm using right now, that we're recording on, look on the back of it. It's from Five and Below, but it's made in China. You know, and so that's what's going to happen, and the prices will go up because of that. So yeah, the
But how
automobile.
how is it beneficial for the American citizens if it's AI and people are losing their jobs, I can go we can go deep in this, and you know
Yeah,
how
we
we can
can.
talk. I mean,
Yeah,
because
we
we
can.
can we can think about deportation. We can throw deportation into this.
Yeah,
Are you deporting and bring AI in to make American citizens do jobs that they're not used to or never was qualified to do or don't even know how to do?
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, it's crazy. Like, how is it going to affect the workforce
Right,
overall?
right.
We
Yeah,
seeing major layoffs and stuff like that. That's
yeah,
my problem. But to
yeah.
pick it back off of what you said, as far as you're seeing these products and made from China and stuff like that. And I think that this trade is a trade war. We
It
talked
is a
about a
trade
trade
war.
war.
It
Um,
is right.
when you think about China, China said, we're not scared. We've been here since the BC.
Yeah,
We've been here since the dynasty. Y'all just
yeah.
a baby country. You get what I'm
Right,
saying? And then
right.
lots of these big brands that have these products that's being sold sold for like tennis shoes, 300
Yeah,
something dollars.
Nike, Jordans, and things.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. People that
That's
people that people kill each other over. Yeah.
getting made in China for probably like $20, $30. So it makes me
Mhm.
I don't know the price exactly, so I'm not
Yeah.
I'm just saying, but it makes me think like we've been paying these high prices where we've been
Yeah.
thinking this been coming out of where France or this the European countries or whatever you want to call it, but actually it been made in China.
It,
So you basically telling me I can go get a knockoff bag and it might just be the original
it might be the
product.
original.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But
Yeah.
y'all upping the
Yeah.
price on us
Right.
and you
Right.
selling it to us for a high price.
That's
And
it.
you now you want to
Yeah.
fuss about tax dollars. We're being screwed overall.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
That's
I agree.
crazy to me, man.
Yeah, I agree. And so, you can look at it as that, okay, yeah, that's a revelation right there, right?
Hmm.
America people won't be, fooled anymore when it comes down to prices and things of that nature, especially for designer bags or anything overseas. China has a lot of influence
Right.
on the globe, and so um, we haven't really felt the effects right now from Trump's tariffs. I think recently he mentioned something about, and this was like today actually, that he's kind of cutting back on the percentages of tariffs that he's implemented on China. And he said within a few weeks, he's going to let the media know as far as how much he's going to pull back, because it has affected the market in a large way. It has, and because of that, the uncertainty, it's weakening the dollar, and that's all by design. It's weakening the dollar. A lot of countries, before you know it, because of these tariffs, are going to go away from the American dollar. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Because right now the dollar isn't it's not valued like how it used to be, right? And so, you know, people are capitulating over to gold. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a safe asset. Um, and that's where if you look at the gold prices now, the gold has shot up because of these Trump tariffs. Because people are afraid to invest in the stocks and
Right.
401ks. You know,
It's
this is a
turbulence.
yeah, it's very volatile. It's a trader's dream if you're a trader, but it's super volatile. At the end of the day, we are in unprecedented times, but this is all for a reason. This whole platform that we have right now, and that we're talking to, whoever that subscribes to this, you guys are getting the understanding and nuggets on what to do for your family and how to approach the years to come, because it's not going to go away. We are going to go into some uncomfortable times, but just we just want y'all to know how to maneuver and what to look for, and how to take advantage of, something that might be something uncomfortable, and use it to your advantage. So, but yeah, so
Yeah.
he's pulling back on these tariffs that he's issued on China a little bit, but we'll find out within the next week or so. So,
I
but
want to
yeah,
know, how do you prepare for that when we're going through this? You get what I'm saying?
yeah.
Everything is high. Like I said, I went to the store the other day where they told me, okay, this product costs $9.99 right now.
Yeah.
If you don't go to the front and get like a form to come and get this price for tomorrow, the price gonna skyrocket tomorrow.
Mhm.
This price went from $9.99 to $15.99.
Good
That is
gracious.
crazy.
Yeah.
So how do you
Yeah.
prepare for that?
Yeah.
Um, I
Yeah.
mean, it's uncertain times, man, and we talking
Yeah.
about the
Yeah.
dollar value. Matter of fact, we got a clip with that. Let me go ahead and hop into that clip, and then we can just go through, because you broke down how the dollar value is weakening, how people are jumping into that gold, or you
Yeah.
buying
Yeah. They
gold
want
and
to
stuff
try to.
like that.
Yeah. They want to park their assets somewhere that's safe. But yeah.
I'm,
Yeah. Go ahead and run that clip.
I'm about to run the clip.
What's very different here is normally when stocks go down as much as they have, there's a flight to quality, and quality becomes defined as U.S. Treasuries and the U.S. dollar. In this particular downdraft in the market, we're seeing Treasury yields go up and the dollar weaken. That's kind of an alarming trend. To me, that's flashing yellow that something is going on here more than just deleveraging.
Yeah.
Okay, my question is for that would be, what is our dollar value compared to everybody else money value right now?
Well,
You get what
well,
I'm
as a
saying?
yeah, right now, the United States dollar is still the strongest currency in the world. It's accepted all over the world. It's higher valued. It's still tough and strong. But overall, with tariffs and things of what these other countries are getting tariffs from the United States, the dollar will be less valued. And That was one of the CEOs of BlackRock. That's a large asset company that just spoke there in that slide you just presented. There's uncertainty, right? Even if it comes from him saying that's uncertainty, because we're in uncharted territory. We're at a trade war with one of the great superpowers in the whole world, which is China. You know what I'm saying? And so we have to prepare accordingly. So if you have dollars, okay, hold on to them. But at the end of the day, as long as Trump keeps his foot on their neck when it comes down to these tariffs, you're gonna have to capitulate and try to find other vehicles to
Avenues.
park your yeah
Yeah.
to put your assets in, and gold is one of them. And that's that's something that people should look into, and find other avenues, because that's this is all intentional. What they are wanting to do with the whole AI and what Trump mentioned in the video earlier, is to use automation, with the AI technology. With AI, you don't really need USD to do any type of um, transmitting, different types of
Funds.
funds.
Yeah.
AI and the cryptocurrency that he already signed an executive order on as well will be doing the transaction when it comes down
Got
to these AI automation. So the car industry that he just talked about. Okay, so for an
steel,
example, and
aluminum.
steel, aluminum, right? Well, let's go back to the vehicles. Okay, so if it's going to cost more to buy a Lambo here in the United States, or maybe a Toyota in Japan, because it's still tariffs, going on in these other countries. That means consumers, the American consumer, may not even want to buy those vehicles anymore because of the prices, right?
Right.
And
Right.
so the whole push is to also get it on a level playing field where you're buying you're buying EV vehicles, things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? So you are being forced as a consumer to go that route. And with these electronic vehicles, they can drive themselves. You see what I'm
Mhm.
saying? They have a self-driving taxi that they've been piloting in San Diego, California.
I
That
don't
can
know if I
pretty
want to do that, cause
Yeah,
I seen the
yeah,
clip. I seen the clip
yeah,
when they had a passenger in it, and
yeah.
it kept going in circles.
It's coming. It's coming. It's self-driving taxis. It's gonna pay its own car note. You're not gonna have a human involved that's gonna be doing that transaction. That's gonna be done through stable coins and digital currencies and stuff like that. They're pushing regulation on these things and signing executive orders for that, and so we just have to watch out. We just have to watch out for it.
This is my
Um
question, like, cause it keeps going back. AI. Yeah, the US dollar, but if you got AI, are you paying the AI US dollar, or are you paying it through crypto? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
cause now they trying to move crypto. The AI text was at the sworn thing for Trump. So you can see a lot of stuff starting to transition,
yeah,
which
it
I think a
is.
lot of these other countries are um I would how I want to say it, they farther along than us right
Yeah, yeah,
now.
yeah,
When you
yeah, yeah.
think about
Absolutely.
China,
A
when
hundred
you think
percent.
about China
A
and stuff
hundred
like
percent. Yep.
that, and it makes me think with this China thing, with these tariffs and stuff, we got the trade war, but could this become more than a trade war? Because they
Yeah.
telling us like we're not scared now. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like,
Right.
so it makes me think more. Like, how far behind are we really behind China and all these people for them to be
Yeah.
like, come on? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Come on,
Yeah.
we ready.
Right.
We ready.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Um,
China's technology it's way more advanced. There is a content creator called I think it's like I Show Speed or something like that. The guy
yeah, yeah.
that He went to China and he
Hmm.
went live on, while he was there, and he was amazed with the technology that they had in China. The cars that actually you can drive a car in the freaking water, and you can the car ain't I mean an SUV, and you can drive it in the water, and the technology is just crazy. And so
Why do
I
you think we so behind on that technology though, cuz? Because
yeah,
that's crazy. Like we should be
yeah,
right there, with
yeah,
these
yeah.
people, man.
Yeah. Um, with these tariffs and the way that they're trying to implement artificial intelligence and automation, I think it's going to speed up the process of the tech. It's going to speed up technology here in the in the United States. I feel like it will.
It sounds like we
Just
behind,
yeah, we are behind. There we are
you know.
behind. And I guess United States is the last domino to fall, but this is biblical, man. They want a weakened dollar. Trump wants this dollar to be weak so they can bring in, the stable coins, which is it's a digital currency that banks will be in control of, that they can actually issue to, people, but it's an expiration date on it. You get what I'm saying? So you
And that's
you have like
crypto, right?
yeah, the stable coins, yeah, because
Okay.
certain banks are going to start to issue these tokens.
Okay.
This is the executive order that Trump already signed. You see what I'm saying? For cryptocurrencies and stuff like that. So y'all listen, man. There's a lot that we can go into. And we want to educate you guys a whole lot more on these things. So in other recordings, we're gonna talk more about it. But yeah, stable coins is one of the tools that they're going to use to level the playing field or to trim the fat. As Jerome Powell, which is the chairman of the Federal Reserve, mentioned in one of his press conferences, that they're going to use that type of technology. So yeah, Democrats and Republicans, they're on board with this whole AI crypto push. We're just waiting on they're just waiting on a bunch of legislation to actually push it to the people. But
Okay.
just keep in mind that this is programmable money, y'all. You got it's an expiration on it. You can have like a year to 6 months to spend it, and if you don't spend it within that amount of time, then guess what? It's gone. It's all
Gone.
digital. It's all digital. That's biblical, man.
And I got a question. It's a two-part question, right? This
Yeah,
is what I think about, right? When we think about AI and you think about some of the stuff as far as farmers and stuff like that, I'm wondering, would that impact farmers as far as planting, you know, tilling the fields and stuff like
yeah,
that? Because you have tractors that have computer systems
yeah.
on it.
Right.
You've
Yeah.
seen a lot of stuff being cut, and it's like, how can you help the economy
Right.
with the terrorists, with this crypto, and you hurting these people out here? So now it's like, okay, what are we about to do now?
Right.
You cutting
Yeah.
jobs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Um, Crypto. Let's talk about crypto because we actually have a clip for that, right? Like we said, man, we just giving y'all some,
It's here. It's here,
here,
y'all. It's
yeah,
here. It's here.
because we gonna talk about lots of stuff. I mean, when you think
Yeah.
about the import goods as far as steel, aluminum, beer, beef, all this is going up. Job losses, taxes on tariffs, like you said as well. Like it's lots of stuff that, like me being a business owner, when I got to think about steel blades for the landscaping business, lawnmowers, trailers,
Yeah.
tires,
Yeah.
gas. This
Yeah.
is going up. So now when this going up and I gotta pay these extra taxes on this stuff or extra prices that I'm not used to paying, I have to go up on my prices just to benefit me, just in case something tears up. So now I'm looking at it like, how many people are still gonna use me if I got to go up on my prices? Because now, okay, let me go to the person that got the cheap prices. Now
Right.
I'm losing customers. So I mean, it could be a win-win, lose-lose, but It is what it is, man. We're gonna do some deep dives in this in upcoming episodes for y'all guys. So if y'all got any questions,
Yeah.
anything y'all want to leave, comments, stuff, do that, man. Um, and we can break down some stuff because everything we do fact checks and stuff like that. Like I say, the impact on American business, consumers, and stuff like that. My question is also with these tariffs, why are so many people or American companies are working outside of America and going overseas? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Instead of standing with inside this company, I mean inside
Right.
this country. That's a
Yeah.
problem for me.
Right.
Um,
Yeah.
but let's hop into this next clip, man. This is the last clip we got for on tariffs. So just in case you want to talk about it, we got a slide that we can show after this crypto video, and we can show the slide so we can just kind of, it's not that long kind of slide. It's like a 15-second slide, but you can tell where China is compared to everybody else.
Everybody else. Yeah. Yeah.
But we about to hop into this crypto first.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I think that there's definitely a sort of all green lights ahead for the taxpayer effectively to be buying Bitcoin, because that's what we're talking about.
So, talking about tariff money going for
Yeah.
So I went down to Washington, D.C. last week to the White House. I interviewed Bo Hines, who's the executive director of the President's Advisor Council for Digital Assets. And I explicitly asked him this question. The thing that he said to me that I think kind of took away was not only are they going to have the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve, which we have, they are going to buy as much Bitcoin as they possibly can. And
with what money? And does that have to be authorized by Congress?
So there's a bunch of different ways they could do it. I think what they're trying to figure out is what is the best way to do it. And so a couple of examples would be they could revalue the gold. They could sell some of that. They can then go and they could buy Bitcoin.
Does that have to be done with Congress's approval?
There's a debate around who would be responsible, who would be involved. And they have
all this has to be done with executive order? I mean,
well, they have an interagency group right now that's working together. And so at that table is everyone from energy policymakers to law enforcement to economic advisors. Kind of everyone is trying to figure this out. I don't think you're going to see kind of very rash decision making kind of unilaterally, but I do think that working group is trying to figure it out. But you also have things like the tariff revenue or other areas where we may be saving money that we previously were wasting or abusing. And so I think that is probably, to me, the thing that the market most misunderstands is it's not just, hey, we're going to hold the Bitcoin. They're going to actively try to buy Bitcoin. And there's other countries around the world, they may be acquiring Bitcoin by mining and using natural resources that they have there. And so I think there's a lot of strategy.
It makes me think, lots of people that sold off their Bitcoin when stuff was dropping, you probably upset right now.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
probably upset right now,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
I'm about to go place me $1 on some Bitcoins, man.
Yeah. So this whole artificial intelligence crypto executive order that was signed, when it comes down to the Bitcoin sector, think of the word Bitcoin. It's an asset, but it's a digital asset. It's not something that has a utility. And what I mean by utility token, it is does it solve real world issues? Does it solve a $1 trillion problem that we have as far as the debt that United States are in? You understand what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So you have both aisles on both sides, Republican and Democrat, are trying to come together. You have Maxine Waters, Democrat. She's advocating for a token called Stellar Lumens, which is IBM. IBM, which is one of the legacy companies that we know of that makes computers. They're going to start using that type of digital asset because everybody's getting ready for AI. These
Right.
companies like Microsoft, Meta, Instagram, that you can think of, these traditional companies, Tesla, whatever you want to call it, whether you like it or hate it, they're all on board with the new AI push that is going to happen. And so when they mention Bitcoin, it's not that Bitcoin token, it's other companies that are into the digital asset space that has a use case that's going to speed up and kind of plug in with the $1 trillion debt that's been going on, the deficit. You know what I'm saying? Um, and so they're trying to get all these ducks lined up in a row. So when they bring it out to the public and when they bring it to the masses, it's going to be all wrapped up into a bow, and banks are going to use it, and people aren't going to think twice about it. You will
Right.
have some that will be apprehensive about it, but if the banks are pushing this type of technology, then people aren't going to fuss. You understand what I'm saying? And so that's what they're trying to do on both sides of the aisle, is to, make it look enticing. So when these tariffs and stuff do hit, and when stuff get really bad, that's going to be the solution. When people
Okay.
are laid off, it's going to be digital money that they're going to get, right?
Right.
Right? And they have a certain amount of time to use it, and if not, it's going to be gone. You get what
That's
I'm saying?
crazy.
That
That's
is biblical.
crazy.
That is
Yeah.
biblical.
Controlling.
That is
You-
control.
Man, rest in peace to Pope Francis, because he gave a speech before,
Yeah, yeah,
oh,
yeah. He
what,
did.
Easter
He
Sunday.
did. He did.
You
He
know what I'm
did.
saying? And
Yeah.
then after that, he went to the heavenly gates, but
Oh Lord, hey, why did that? Why'd you say? Why'd you say it like? Why'd you say it like that? He went
because he did, bro.
to the heavenly gates. Oh Lord. You go. Oh Lord, yo, man, God bless your soul. Went to- Oh Jesus.
Now pray for me.
Oh
Pray
man.
for me.
Yeah, yeah. Y'all pray. Y'all pray for him. Because he's up in the upper room.
Bro, you went to see his doctor. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh man,
Hey,
I ain't
boy.
messing with you. Yeah, you
Hey,
funny.
man.
Yeah.
Hey, look, check this
Yeah.
out, man. I would go to this next clip with this tariffs and stuff, but it's only 15 seconds, man. It's not really going to show these people what we really want to show them, because I couldn't transition into a slide. But it's
Yeah.
pretty much, if I'm not mistaken, showing where. Let's try. Let's see. It's only 15 seconds, and we can kind of break it down real quick before we hop into the next segment, man. Let's show you how it goes. Let's go.
Yeah.
Hopefully Pope Francis can come down and tell us what that was. 'Cause I couldn't see it, cuz. I couldn't see it, cuz. I couldn't see it.
Well, from what you just showed, it shows China. We already have like a 67% tariff on
Right.
China. European Union 39%, Vietnam 90%, Taiwan 64, Japan 46. Or they're our allies. India 52, so on and so forth. Um, but at the end of the day, at the end of the day, we will kind of feel some of this,
Mhm.
going closer to the fourth quarter this year. I wouldn't be surprised if there's some type of regulation on stable coins from
Yeah.
Congress, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah, get ready. But but we're
it's
gonna keep you. We're
biblical.
gonna keep. Yeah, it is. We're gonna keep y'all. We're gonna keep y'all posted on all these changes. And so yeah, man, I'd rather move on from this segment, man.
Yeah,
Let's
because
get
because
yeah.
in the name of James Winston, man, my crab legs went up from 9.99
Right, them
to
crab legs,
10.
bruh. Yeah, yeah.
Boy, I had to
The
buy
struggle
the
is real.
I had to buy the crabs in the steam bag that came with the garlic butter
Yeah,
for
yeah,
$12, bro.
yeah.
Okay, look, man, we about to move into the sports segment, man. This is what we do, man. We got the draft coming up tomorrow and stuff like that. But I do want to say, first of all, before I say this, man, what's going on with Shannon Sharp, man? Yeah.
Oh man, pray for my man. He need to stay away from the snow bunnies. I mean, no offense to any white girl, but he need to stay away from them.
No, I'm gonna say it.
Lakers in
Stay
5.
away.
Lakers in
Stay
5.
away.
Yeah,
Stay. I said it.
yeah,
Stay away because lots of this stuff is crazy, but I feel like there's some kind of truth into it because lots of this stuff how they train. I'm not gonna say truth. I'm gonna say I feel like you had some kind of involvement and for you to kind of it's lots of stuff. You know what I'm saying? We gonna just say allegations.
yeah,
Whatever.
yeah,
But we got the draft coming up, man. Mock draft tomorrow. But I
yeah.
do want to say rest in peace to Karen Lacey from LSU that was going to the draft that was arrested on a charge of a wreck that took somebody's life. I'm not mistaken. I don't want to say that he was not found guilty on those charges, but I mean this was a talented player that faced a lot of stuff. While playing for LSU, man, and I got a clip for him because he used to do the trip out, and he
Oh,
was
okay.
excellent, and he was a great receiver for LSU, man, that was going into the draft. So I do have a clip that I want to showcase for that as well, and then we can just talk about some of the draft, because we don't want to
Eh,
take too
yeah,
long.
because tomorrow let tomorrow play itself out.
Speak for itself, you know what I'm
Yeah, you
saying?
know what I'm
So,
saying?
matter of fact,
Yeah,
I'm not even gonna play the mock draft. We just gonna just talk about some players, you know what I mean? Because I know
yeah,
we both tired and we
yeah,
over this.
yeah,
Let's go.
yeah.
Y'all know I Savage coming with them bitches with the booty. Baby bounce and shake that ass, won't do the twerk, that's all it do. Get in there, feel the music, girl don't stop, baby do it. Baby shaking ass is moving bags, look how that bitch move. I pop a perk, but I'm on my body, now I'm doing it. She throw it on me, I ain't tripping, no that little hoe ain't a dude. I'm a savage, you the baddest, let me grip it, let me have it. I'ma beat it to the matches, girl, you know the Savage package.
Yeah.
Hey man, shout out to Lacey, man.
Shout out.
RIP, man. He was a great
Yeah.
player, man. He played with Daniels. You seen Daniels number 5 from Washington?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He needs some milk though, Jack. Damn need to, bulk up. But yeah. He came out with him.
Y'all
I
need to
like
go feed him
LSU.
some
I like
ham
LSU
hocks
guys.
and chicken feet.
Yeah. I like the LSU guys though, man. I like them. I like LSU, period. Good organization. Good
You know
people.
what's so crazy?
Yo.
I've been rocking lots of this LSU stuff on the TikTok page. I got a Florida Gators shirt on. My mama, cause she down there in Gainesville.
Yeah.
But roll tide all day long. You know what I mean? I cut grass in this Florida Gator shirt.
That's disrespectful.
It's so disrespectful,
It's
man.
so disrespectful. Yeah,
But
let's hop into what you think them Cowboys gonna do tomorrow, man. First round,
man,
what's going on? What y'all number 12? Y'all
yeah.
12?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we number 12. We
Okay.
got hey, I like what we did with the quarterback finally. I mean, Cooper Rush was all right, but I feel like I like what I got out of Joe Milton as a
Okay.
backup quarterback.
Okay.
I need a running back or a receiver. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Like,
Okay.
first of
Running
all,
back.
I need Jerry Jones to go join Pope Francis up there. That's what I need. I need Jerry Jones to go join. But we ain't gonna
Bet.
do
Got
Jerry
you.
Jones in
Yeah.
here, man.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay. I got you.
but
Yeah.
I need a receiver, a running back. I think our
Okay.
defense is gonna be good. I
Okay.
think our offense can be good. I just need a running back. I need a consistent running back, which we dropped the ball on Derrick Henry
And Najee Harris.
and Najee Harris. And receiver wise, let's go pick up a receiver. But
Mhm.
it's a lots of receivers. Like, okay, we had Lacey leave. Bonds, he got in trouble. So
Right.
it's a lots of receivers. And then like we didn't pick up no key receivers in the free agency. So I don't know
Yeah.
what they got going on, what they
Yeah.
expect to do. I'm just gonna sit there and watch and wait. What your Steelers gonna do? What you think they gonna do?
Well, rumors are Shador probably fall, man, and
I've been seeing
we
that a lot.
everybody's talking about that, man. I'm interested to see, but outside of Shador, it is what it is with him. If we get a quarterback, if we get him, then we get him. If he's available at 21, then we'll get him. But I think the main focus is to get a running back. We need somebody that's going to complement our Jalen Warren. And there's a lot of good running backs that's coming out of this draft class. And probably a DT, defensive tackle.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? But other than that, though, I don't want to hear about Aaron Rodgers, please. You know, I
Man,
think we have a
Aaron
quarterback.
Rodgers need to damn retire at this point because
Yeah,
ain't nobody about to pay that money. Ain't nobody gonna wait for you. Ain't nobody about to sign you. Like it's over with,
yeah,
bro. Like you
yeah,
just came off what ACL injury
yeah,
and
yeah,
you 40 what, bro? Come
yeah,
on, man.
yeah,
Like it's over with,
yeah.
man.
He,
I
he
don't, I
needs to
don't want to
sign.
talk about him no more.
Yeah, yeah. But we'll see. It'll be nice for us to either get your boy Jalen Milroy, Alabama guy. You know what I'm saying?
That's my guy.
If he's available, which I think he would. I think so. Between him and Jackson Dart from Ole Miss. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not a big fan of
You
Jackson
know.
Dart. I think Miss
Okay.
Ole Miss had a good season last year. They really
Yeah.
did. They played some good games that was close, and they won some big games. But
Yeah.
eh, uh, Jackson Dart, I'd rather take a Melroy. You know,
Yeah.
let me
Okay.
work with you on the intermediate passes. I mean, we know you can throw the deep ball.
Right.
Um, you can get something out there quick. We know you can run. You're
Yeah.
physical.
Right.
But your intermediate passes, between what 10 and 15 yards. That's what you'll call
Right.
intermediate.
Yeah.
Um,
Intermediate. Yeah.
that's what I would need you to work on. I would like, I mean, if y'all was to get him, I think that would be good for him to sit behind Mason Rudolph for a year to learn the system a little bit. I think that would be dope. I wouldn't
Yeah.
just throw him out there because, I'm an Alabama fan. Some of those passes I question myself when he was throwing out there.
Yeah.
Um, but
Yeah.
it's those intermediate passes I'm questioning.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that would be a great fit. I think lots of people like Jalen, so let's see where that goes. Playing at Alabama was never easy for no quarterback. It's just the criticism. Some of our fans are spoiled
Yeah.
that we sit so high on the pedestal, or they sit so high on the pedestal. Um, that they feel like we're supposed to be perfect every year. But I think that might be a great fit once he get in the
We'll see.
NFL.
That'd be
He can
dope.
work behind somebody.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, man, as far as that, I'm not gonna deep dive into it because we
Nah.
can move to tomorrow.
Because
Um,
it's gonna be a lot to talk about these next few days. You know what I'm saying with the draft. I know everybody's excited about it. Don't forget, y'all. Check me out on the Sports Lounge 757 YouTube channel. I'm gonna do updates on the NBA playoffs, so follow me there. We're still
Shout out
doing
to
it.
Celtics tonight.
Okay, okay. I didn't
Celtics
see. I
beat
didn't watch. I
yeah,
didn't see that.
Boston up, I think 2-0 right now over
Mhm.
Orlando. Hold on, let me slide to the left real quick. Uh, Houston is up on Golden State right now. So
Okay,
I'm watching that game in the background, guys.
that's a young team too. Houston, they came out of
Yeah,
nowhere.
yeah.
They remind me of OKC. Nice young team. Yeah. Houston can do some things.
Oh,
Yeah.
talking about that, right? Next week's show is gonna be dope. I didn't even tell you about this because I didn't really have time to talk to you about this. But next week episode is gonna be very dope. We're gonna have a guest on the show with me and Tavy from the Sports Lounge 757. We're gonna have my partner Larry come on board. And I might invite I might invite one female guest because on this topic that we're gonna speak on is gonna be very interesting. He brought up like how can you validate, me, like, you know what? I'm just gonna wait the next week because
Yeah.
I got so much going on. I'm just gonna wait the next week. But
Right.
tune in next week. You can find me on, well, how can you validate how do you take validation from other people more valuable than what you take within from your partner? You get what I'm saying? You take validation more from people from the outside than from your relationship, which is I think is crazy. So we gonna go from there. But before we get out of here, man, I got a clip, man. I got a music clip. Y'all already know I'm always dropping some new music and stuff like that, and I'm kicking that fire stuff. So let's go.
I'm cool, but it could be much better. Feel like she getting played out, I'm starting to regret her. We always fighting, no fucking bitch, I got feelings too. I'm numb to all this bullshit, so now I'm not feeling you. Reality kicking and deep and it get to sinking. Got me talking to myself like, hey Stizzy, what was you thinking? I don't need them, I just want them, I feel like she don't appreciate my love and how I sacrifice. Nah, this shit ain't fair at all. I don't think she realized when I kinda left me that bitch late. And I hope she don't be surprised when I fuck around and replay.
No, it's not fair, she do you right. All that shit keep driving me crazy. It's not fair, bitch, you lie. Until loving you, that bitch late. On that bullshit, because it's so tight. See you tripping in your face. Why do I care? It's because I hate the fact that you ain't my baby.
I can't even lie, she got me fucked up. Never find another nigga like me.
Society.